Hello students. In this video lecture, we are going to learn how to structure short talks. Means it's not that easy to organize our ideas into a talk or a speech. So we need like a few things to consider when you are organizing your talk. That means it should have a proper introduction. It should have a main statement or main idea in our speech, and it has to be logically developed into the other parts of the speech. That means it should have an introduction, and it should have a body, and it should have a conclusion. So this is what generally we follow. And how to make it more easier, like at the beginning, like in the initial stage, it's not that easy for you people to organize such a structure. So what is the method that we have to follow to organize the structure of short talks? In this video, we are going to learn about that. Now, let us see this, how to structure short talks. So we have a method that we call it as prep framework. It means how to frame our content using this method. That means prep. Prep, of course, like we'll come to know what it is. It is an easy and effective way to give a short impromptu speech, because sometimes suddenly someone calls you up and they may ask you to speak on something. So without any preparation, all of a sudden, at that moment itself, you need to think of something, what to say, how to say, and what are the points to be added, and how to convey. So all these questions arise in your mind because you don't have any time for preparation. All of a sudden at the moment, if you need to speak something, then how to organize your talk in your mind within that short period of time. Like, what is that you can do? What is the best method that you can follow? So you should have only one main point, like, because you're not given much time. Short talks in the sense itself, like, you'll be given only for 1 minute or for 5 minutes, not more than that. So in that short period, if you just like go ahead with lot of points in your mind, like, it would be confusing. So you can't clearly convey what you want to convey, and also the people won't understand what you really want to say. So what you do is, do not go for many points at that time. Just stick on yourself, commit yourself to 1 or 2 points based on the time that is given to you, or based on the time that you have at that particular moment. So you take one point, and you just think of one idea that you want to convey, and try to develop that idea into your short talk. That means add whatever that additional explanation, or whatever the additional points that you want to add to your talk which supports the main point, and give a conclusion to that. That would be enough. So how to do it, I'll explain through this method. So prep method, it is an easy and effective way to give a short impromptu speech without any preparation. Suddenly, if you want to just talk on something, or in any context, in any situation, like, you can use this method effectively. Why? Because it reduces the stress involved with public speaking. So once you have an idea how to organize your talk, then it becomes easy, and there won't be any stress on you in that wherever you go, wherever you just start to speak, especially at a short notice, by giving you a short acrostic to follow in your head as you speak. That means a short acrostic. That means, like, what are the steps that you have to follow in organizing your talk within that short notice. In addition to giving you a pathway to follow, the letters serve as reminder cues to help you think of something to say. So the letters, that means P, R, E, P. So of course it tells you, like, what is the sequence that you have to follow, and each and every letter would stand as a cue. It would be a reminder to you people to think of something, what to say at that. So first what I have to say, next what I have to say, next what I have to say, and then how to conclude. So this each and every letter would serve a purpose in this sequence, in this organizing of sequence. And these are the four essential steps what you do with prep. What are those? Like P. First P stands for point. That is the main point that you want to convey to your audience. So just try to give out the main point, state the main point. And what is the next step that you have to do is try to give some reasons which supports the main point. So which explains the main point or which adds more information or additional information to the main point. And third one is E. E stands for examples. Like to strengthen your reasons or to support your main point and the supporting points, we try to give some examples so that we can establish or we can create a trust in the audience on what we say. So the third one is examples. So in your sequence of organizing your talk, the first would be, giving out the main point or the purpose of your talk. And second one is the reason. Third one is examples. And fourth one is restating the main point. Through all these reasons and examples what you have provided, with the last point, this last point should restate the main point, should connect to the main point, how you like with what you started your talk. So this is the sequence that you can follow with this prep method. That means if you just remember this sequence of organizing the things, then anywhere at any point, you can easily make your talk, you can easily organize your talk, and you can do your best. So first P stands for point, that means the main point. Second, R stands for the reasons that you give or the supporting details that you give to the main point. And E stands for examples that you provide to make it more clear. And the last P stands for the, again, the restating the main point. So it concludes your talk. Now let us see that with an example. Now I think we can best see this example. Like on whole, it becomes easy for you to understand. A short speech at a party for a colleague who is leaving an organization. Just imagine, like you just think like someone called you up and they just asked you a short speech to give a short speech at a party for a colleague who is leaving an organization. So a send-off party like thing was going on, and someone suddenly called you up and asked you to speak few words on about that particular person and how you feel of her leaving the organization. So how? Immediately. So you'll not find some time. So what you do is like you start with the main point, what exactly you want to convey. Of course, everyone feels they miss the person if he is of good caliber. Like, see the main statement, what in the example is given. Steph's departure is going to be a big loss for our organization and we will miss her a lot. So this is the main point. This is what you want to actually convey to the audience. Steph's departure is going to be a big loss for our organization. You're not ready to lose her and will miss her a lot. This is the main statement. So why it is going to be a loss? You question yourself so that you'll get some reasons, and that would be your next step of organizing your talk. So why you feel like it's a big loss for your organization and why you miss her a lot? These are the two questions we have, which we can give some points to reason these questions. Like, Steph hasn't only been a co-worker, she has also been a friend and a sister to all of us. In addition to that, Steph is a very talented web designer, partner relations coordinator, and office manager. So we have a lot of reasons why it's a big loss for our organization and why we miss her a lot, because she is a good co-worker and also she is a good friend and also she is a talented web designer, partner relations coordinator, and office manager. So we can, if we question like that, why? So we have got few reasons. That would be the next step of your talk. I mean, next sequence that you have to organize. And third one, Like how we could say that she's a good worker and she's a very talented web designer. Can we give some examples to that? Of course. So our current beautiful website was Steph's work. So we could give a live example to them. Why you just said that she's a very talented web designer. Our current beautiful website was Steph's work. She was responsible for everything on the site, including the content. Since creating the site, we have increased our number of website visitors, and also the number of people donating to KAF. So, a lot of examples you have given to strengthen your supporting point. And the other one is Steph has also done a fantastic job of building relationships with our partners that have resulted in the generous support of the partners in our missions. So, this is one more example which you are giving for the second thing, that is partner relations coordinator. And in addition to all these, she has been great at managing the office and keeping everything really organized. So this would support this one. As you said, she is a good office manager. So you are trying to give more clear information why you gave that detail. She has been great at managing office and keeping everything really organized. So because of all this, we have stated some reasons and we try to give some examples why we have given such reasons, and then we are trying to restate the main point again. These are just few good things. These are not we have a big list of things, but we are just trying to give few good things about her. These are just few good things I could quote about her. Anyway, we are going to miss her tremendously. So that's a big loss. Miss you, Steph. So this would be a nice conclusion for this. So in the last point also, we are just trying to restate whatever that we have stated in the main point. So this is how you can organize. You put yourself questions. So what is that I want to talk? So next, why I said that point? So what are the reason? What is the reason? Or what are the reasons behind that? And could I give some live examples? And then restate the main point. So this would be the step-by-step process of sequencing or organizing your talk. So P, the main point, R, reasons, E, examples, P, again the restating the main point. So prep method would be more effective and more easier. So in any situation you can think of like that and you can immediately organize your talk within that short notice or short period of time. So, to make your talk more organized, follow this prep method. Now, state your point, give details that support your point, provide examples to make your point more clear, and restate the main point once again. Now, one thing I just want to make you know again, like here, I see we have used a few expressions or few words or phrases that connected this whole speech logically. So here, see here, in addition to that, that means we are adding one more point that Steph is a very talented. See, in spite of being a friend and a good co-worker, in addition to that, Steph is a very talented web designer, partner relations coordinator, and office manager. That means we are to add one more point to her, good qualities. Like we have just used an expression, a connective device here. In addition to that, so see here, since creating the site, we can individually, like we can stop this sentence here and we can start this sentence, like we have increased our number of, but there should be some logical connection between the previous point and the next point, right? And so we have used this kind of expression so that we can establish a connectivity between the previous idea and the coming idea. And also the number of people, and also means like we are adding one more point to this particular thing. So in addition to all these things, and we are trying to use and connect to 2 points here. So in addition to all this things, she has been great at managing the office and keeping everything really organized. Two things relate to one particular quality. So we have used and. So like sometimes in our speech, when we are talking or when you are giving a speech or when you are writing a text, like these words or these expressions which act as connectives or which act as causal devices or which act as signposts. So those are very much necessary to make your writing or to make your speech effective. So you have to make use of these connective devices or quasi devices wherever that is appropriate, and do not use too many of quasi devices where if see, it depends, like it's not it, wherever that is necessary, you try to use them, but don't overuse them. So try to use them appropriately so that it really makes your speech or your writing effective. And as I said, like, follow this method. First, try to state your main point, then give some details that supports the main point, provide examples to make your point more clear, and restate the main point once again. So finally, use linkers or quasi devices wherever it is necessary to make your talk logically organized and effective. This is how you can, you know, uh, you can make your presentation or you can make your short talk more effective. Got it? So this would be an easy and effective method also. I think you understand. And this is all about how to organize the short talks. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.